This happens on a pretty regular basis. At night, take my contacts out, teeth, floss, and then I see it. My new pimple. There's another one, and more. Please, more! Oops, was up all night. Going on 0 sleep today. Worth it. Why? What is it about popping pimples that's so satisfying? I know it's bad for me, and it's always easy to not do things that are bad for you. Naivete. Maybe if I can figure out why, it'll help me figure out how to stop. Maybe that'll help me get closer to my ultimate goal of becoming a perfect being. The all-seeing, all-knowing space baby at the center of the universe. But first, I would like to thank Bulldog Skincare for Men for sponsoring this video. Bulldog is man's best friend. They make skincare for men easy and straightforward, no matter if your skin type is sensitive, oil-prone, normal, or if you're a space baby at the center of the universe. Products are specifically formulated to help you look and feel your best. Seriously, I used to do nothing for my beard, and it was like a metal dish scrubber, but with Bulldog Skincare for Men, I can actually hold my baby without having to go to the emergency room. All products are developed with ethics in mind, no micro beads, synthetic fragrances, or artificial colors, and it's good for vegans and vegetarians. At Bulldog Skincare for Men, they're dedicated to minimizing their paw print. I like that, because that implies that they're a bunch of humanoid bulldogs, which is adorable. Like I try to be with Bulldog Skincare for Men. Check out the full line of Bulldog products at bulldogskincare.com. Use my exclusive code WheezyWaiter for 20% off your order. Link down below. Okay, so first, what is a pimple? Simple. Hello, Craig from the future here, just interrupting for a second. How are you doing? The future is crazy, you guys. I'm tempted to give you some stock tips, but I probably shouldn't. Paradoxes and all that. Anyway, I realized while editing this that it could potentially be very gross, so I decided to just go with pleasant images instead, where I would normally put gross things. You're welcome. Anyway, as you were. Pimples develop when oil glands become clogged and infected, leading to swollen red lesions filled with pus. My nickname in high school. All of that. It took a while to refer to me. In other words, little pores all over your face have sebaceous glands in them that produce an oily substance called sebum. Sebum? I barely even know them. I hate myself. So while that oil's being pumped out, your face is also growing new cells and getting rid of old cells. And sometimes those cells get into the pores and clog them, and then you're in Pimple Town. Or Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Now, I'm always hearing that experts say that popping pimples is bad for you, but after further research, yes, it is. It's bad for you. Good job, experts. You're really good at stuff. Here's some reasons why it's bad for you. 1, popping pimples penetrates your pelt. So when you pop a pimple, yes, you are getting rid of some of that nasty stuff, but you're also pushing it down into your dermis. Dermis means lower layer of skin, not like a secret scaly tentacle inside your head, which is what it sounds like, which would be awesome. Another reason, popping pimples proliferates pimples aplenty. I said it. That was close enough. If a pimple has acne-causing bacteria in it, it could spread to other pores, causing more pimples. Another reason, popping pimples produces preposterously painful papules and papules, and nodules and cysts. Oh my. You can turn your simple pimple into a not cool nodule, which is a hard blemish underneath the skin, or you can turn it into an acne cyst, which is a big lump that needs to be removed by a physician. Basically, it ain't good and you shouldn't do it. Oh yeah, and another thing I should mention, it's an important warning I came across while perusing Reddit. Do not start popping pimples while tweaking, okay? You've been warned. Yet despite all of this, we must press on to our zits until they pop. Why? Well, it all comes down to one simple list of reasons. I came up with this list from what you guys told me on Reddit, from my own research, and from my own mind brain about why I think I do it. 1, it's disgusting. Yeah, well then why? That's not a reason to do it. But it is, because of an effect I like to call the effect. Purdue University professor Daniel Kelly, who is also author of Yuck, The Nature and Moral Significance of Disgust, did an interview with HowStuffWorks.com, and he said, "You tend to think of the disgusting thing as contaminated and contaminating, polluted. You get that flash of nausea, that word makes me sick. I hate myself. An emotional frisson. You also tend to keep an eye on, keep track of whatever it is that triggered your disgust. So disgusting things also attract and capture attention. So basically, we pay attention to gross things, and it makes us obsess over them a little bit. Or a lot. This obviously applies to pimple popping, and another weird phenomenon, watching pimple popping videos. Yep, if you weren't aware, that is a thing. And in fact, Dr. Sandra Lee, who is also known as Dr. Pimple Popper, has a YouTube channel with 4.6 million subscribers and videos like a pore leading into a cheek cyst when the blackheads come marching in, a shriveled grape into jaw, eye of a cyst storm, crab corn and Logan Paul punching a pillar cyst nut, and perhaps the best one, a grandma cheek squeeze. I've never actually watched a pimple popping video, and it sounds gross and like something I would hate, so I'm not about to start, except that I am going to right now for your benefit. Just did a random search. Best pimple popping blackheads and dilated pores of 2018. Ah, I'm actually nauseous. Oh God. Oh, this is gross. Nope, I'm done. I can't watch more. I can't. I really can't. Oh, God. Another reason we might like popping them so much, we must destroy imperfections. We like to think of our faces as symmetrical orbs of smoothitude, a velvet playground of unblighted topography. So when we come across a blemish, it contradicts our perfect self-image. This contradicts my perfect self-image! And it isn't just visual. In the Beard Lover subreddit, Jaffa Kiwi said, it feels like I'm getting the bad out of me, as if there's some sort of liquid evil inside us, like ectoplasm in Ghostbusters. And we feel like we have to take action to get rid of it, despite the fact that we might, probably will make it worse. So you could argue that if you get rid of the yellowy top part, then it just becomes a red splotch and it looks better. You're still risking turning it into a nodule or a cyst or a bunch of zit babies. There's gotta be a pun here somewhere. Pustule, infant, child, offspring, baby, natal, zitfants. Anyway, it feels good to take action to fix a problem, even though you might not actually be fixing the problem. Which brings us to number 3. It feels good. There's a feeling of progress. Oh man, I'm really doing something, even though there's actually no progress. We'll call this the Farmville effect. And it also feels good when you have a buildup of pressure and that pressure is released. Sometimes it's painful and you pop it and then it's not painful. Desire followed by satisfaction. That's what life's about. Again, I believe it was Nietzsche who said, it's better to pop and splatter than to never have pimpled at all. Yalla! We can also blame that sweet, sweet dopamine, a neurotransmitter that makes you want to do stuff. So it's like, ooh, I really want to pop that. And then after you pop it, other chemicals are released known as endogenous opioids. Basically, you're doing natural drugs. And apparently you people who like to pop other people's zits, yeah, you're out there. Apparently that releases oxytocin. And that's some pretty tasty stuff. Also, it's not that weird, biologically speaking, to be popping other people's zits. Primates have been doing it since the beginning of primates. Well, they also throw their poop at you at the zoo, but who hasn't done that? 4, it reduces unrelated stress. If you're having problems at work or in a relationship, or you can't friggin' get past level 5-3 in Super Mario Brothers original, or someone keeps throwing poop at you at the zoo, you can pop your zit and it gives you a feeling of releasing stress, even though you're not actually solving the problem. Like, I know I can warp past that level, but I'm trying to beat every level without warping and without dying. So those are the main reasons I've come across. When I think about me personally, there have been many times where I've worked way too long on popping pimples and dug a little too deeply and caused scarring. I'm not 100% sure which ones of the list apply to me, but I'm sure dopamine's involved and endogenous opioids. That's probably an unconscious reason. I've never consciously taken endogenous opioids, okay? In case I ever run for office. I also don't think I'm consciously doing it for stress relief. I'm not really that stressed up, kind of an easygoing guy. And I'm definitely not drawn to disgusting things. Example, I'm actually nauseous. Oh God. But I do think when I see an imperfection in my face, I want to do something about it. It just looks like something you're supposed to do. Like if you walk into a room and you see in the middle of the room a big red button that says, push me now. How can you not push it? It's like, it feels like unfinished business. But apparently that's bad for you and you're not supposed to do it, even though it just really looks like you are. Although in some cases, it might be okay to do it. In this article I found on verywellhealth.com, clinical psychologist Richard Fried said, is it kind of true that if you have a really ripe oozing pus bump, my nickname in college, that expressing pus may help it go away a little bit more quickly? That is true. But he also goes on to say it depends on what kind of popper you are. If you're the squeezer picker, my nickname when I worked at the toothpaste tube factory picking out flawed product, who takes 2 Q-tips after applying a warm cloth and gently squeezes and gets a little bit of pus out, and that's all you do, you're probably fine. If you're the chronic squeezer picker, you know once you start you can't stop, you're somebody that shouldn't pick. So yes, it's generally recommended you should not pop your pimples at all. But in some cases, it might be fine, and there's a proper way to do it. And I'm gonna link in the doobly-doo to a site that shows you how, but I'm not gonna say it here because I might screw it up. And I don't wanna cause an improper pimple popping propagation profusely permeating the planet. Please didn't make sense there. So knowing all this, have I figured out what I can do to stop myself? I don't know. I guess if I look at myself in the mirror, I need to accept my flaws. I need to remind myself it's our imperfections which make we great. But that might not work. I don't know. Maybe if I see a zit, I should give it a name. A story. I shall dub thee Wilfred Poopy Pants. How's the family, Wilfred? Oh, they're dead? I popped them? Now I feel bad. I shall pop thee to feel better. I'm a monster! Maybe I just need to get a bunch of bubble wrap. Anyway, I hope you learned something. Or didn't and had a good time. Or did and had a good time. So one of my next videos, maybe my next video, is going to be about free gift giving. Giving gifts that don't cost anything. If you've received a gift, or given a gift, or wanted to give a gift that was free, and it was really cool idea. Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. I do a secret daily vlog every weekday over on Patreon. In my previous video, China and I watched a bunch of overlooked Christmas movies. YouTube thinks you'll like that video. If you want to be notified of more videos, you can click subscribe and hit the bell. That's like super subscribing. I don't know why that has to be a thing. And may your days be free of acne cysts. I think that's gonna be how I say goodbye all the time now.